It's been another big week in the world of flight simulation. This week, we've seen the launch of the latest installment of 2024 on another platform, which is the PlayStation 5. Sim Update 4 moves a little closer to the release. PMDG moves forward with its release of the 737-800, and SayIntentions.ai releases some new features in its ever-growing AI platform. And at the end of the video, we have a look at possibly the secret that Asobo has been saving for the end of the year. We've got all that and more, so let's jump straight into this week's video. It's that time to keep the mics on, so here's a quick word from this week's video sponsor. SoFly offer a number of products for Microsoft Flight Simulator, catering to new pilots for the sim and all the way to very experienced pilots. As a flight sim content creator, my favorite SoFly product is Weather Presets Pro, which comes in really handy when the weather is not behaving itself and you can change the weather to be more dramatic or even to a perfect day. Other products I like to use is Landing Challenge Pro, Flight Simulator Guide, which is the manual to Microsoft Flight Simulator, the one that should have been, Storms for pilots who want to chase some of the biggest storms in the world's history. I will leave a link in the description below or where you can go and check out SoFly products, and I would like to thank SoFly for sponsoring this video. Kicking off this week's previews and announcements, SayIntentions.ai is back in the news again this week. Seems like the team over at SayIntentions is delivering and adding new features and additions to their platform each week, which is great news. This week, the team announced and released their new runway awareness and advisory system for their partner program. The new system will be like the real-world RAS system, which will advise you on taxi alerts when approaching the runway alignment confirmations on a final and when lining up, and also wrong runway approaches warnings, just to mention a few things it does. Another small addition to the team they have added to bring your festive season to your flights, and Santa can now join you in the cabin, as well as some Christmas sky up missions have been added to the mission board. SayIntentions AI is way more than just an AI ATC platform. It's insane the amount of new additions the team have been adding to the platform, such as career options, a different type of missions with SkyOps, also VATSIM integrations into the flights. If you want to check out SayIntentions and see if it works within the way you do flight sim, I will leave a link in the description below so you can check out their free trial. Many simmers are eagerly awaiting for PMDG to release its first Boeing 737 of the NG fleet to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This week, the team moved a little bit closer, lifting the embargo off of some content creators to showcase the current pre-release version of the PMDG Boeing 737-800. The PMDG team still has not confirmed a release date or price. However, they did confirm they have one major update to come to the pre-release version for the sim before the public release goes live. This major release mainly affects the exterior of the aircraft with some major changes. PMDG did mention this week that the team have pulled resources off other projects such as the Boeing 747 to push the build out as quickly as possible without affecting any quality. We have been featuring the PMDG Boeing 737-800 pre-release during the week on our live streams over here on the channel. And I will say this, simmers, you are in for a real treat when it comes to this one. We'll have some more news as it unfolds when it comes to the NG releases, including some more up-and-coming live streams on the channel. SoFly is planning on releasing its Aerotone this December. Aerotone is their aircraft and sound enhancer tool that was formally announced back within the Flight Sim Expo. SoFly mentions that Aerotone redefines the sound environments inside Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. Every aircraft in your hangar, past, present, and in the future will benefit from this convincing audio when it comes to landscapes to bring your sim closer to the real-world aviation. The team has partnered with Echo 19 to bring high-quality soundscapes recordings that have been mixed and engineered for authenticity. Sound categories include the flight deck environment, aircraft movements, cabin environments, pilots, wind effects, and ATC chatter. Profiles can be saved for individual aircraft, and also you have the ability to upload community profiles for PC simmers. SoFly's Aerotone is set to release soon, and it will be available for both a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024 on release day, and it will come to Xbox and PS5 simmers via the InSim marketplace. Phoenix Simulations, the team behind the most popular airline series in the sim, in my opinion, this week announced there are delays when it comes to the Phoenix A320neo release. The team mentioned this week that the A320neo family will not be released in 2025. This is due to internal priorities that have shifted following a strong community feedback about issues affecting the existing 320ceo product. This has prompted a temporary reassignment of developers from the Neo program over to fixing major avionics overhaul on the CEO program. Areas of concern with the A320ceo is the accuracy of the VNAV behavior and the absence of practical state-saving systems and the limitations of the legacy ECAM. Phoenix Simulations expects to share more information about the new VNAV and the ECAM through the up-and-coming media content. Once the update is ready for public release, then they expect to resume full focus on the Neo program. Of course, we will keep following up all movements on this one. If you're not subscribed to the channel, it's a good time to hit that little red button. And if you think you're subscribed, it may be worth checking again, as YouTube might be just feeding and pushing our videos and the algorithm to your way. Moving over to this week's release news, and Aerodynamics released the T38 Talon out of nowhere this week for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This is the team behind the in-development DC-10 and the KC-10, but before they release those aircraft, we get a taste of the Talon from Aerodynamics. The T-38 Talon is the US Air Force's premier supersonic jet trainer, known for its sleek design, blistering speed, and its crucial role in preparing pilots to fly the F-22 and the F-35. It's still no match for Maverick in an F-14 on the original Top Gun movie, but that's a story for another time. Features include, with the releases, realistic flight model with supersonic performance, immersive sounds, high-fidelity visuals with PBR textures, custom avionics, a suite with glass cockpit, an EFB, an interactive kneeboard, commandable ground crew, that's the interesting one, and custom effects and wing flex. Multiple selectable configurations, 10 plus authentic liveries, and a bunch of get started tutorial videos that can get you up and running with the T38. If you want to pick up your copy of the T38 Talon from Aerodynamics over at their store, I'll leave a link in the show notes below. Orbex has released its latest airport, which is Perth International Airport, which is an airport down under. Perth was only announced a few short days ago, and now Orbex has released it. Perth Airport serves as a critical link between Australia's east coast and destinations across Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. It handles about 17 million passengers annually, and many airliners fly in and out of there, such as Qantas, Jetstar, Virgin, Air New Zealand, Cathay Pacific, and Emirates, just to mention a few. Key features with the airport include updated layout to reflect the airport changes as of June 2025, detailed skybridge and T1 international terminal, modeled interior for key terminal areas including lounges, PBR materials, and dynamic lighting, custom jetways and clutter, custom GSX profile, high resolution and aerial imaging, the Coburn and realized GA and FIFO aprons at local operations have been included, and you can pick up your copy of Perth Airport from Orbix over on their store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Taxiing over to this week's sim update news, and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 goes live for PlayStation 5. Well, early access has gone live anyway. This was for simmers who pre-purchased the sim with the Deluxe, the Premium Deluxe, and the Aviation editions now have access to the sim, and the full public release for simmers that purchase the standard version will release on December the 8th. This marks the second launch of the franchise onto a console platform, enabling the reach of the franchise and the flight sim hobby to a larger audience. This was a rolling global release starting at 8 AM for countries, and with New Zealand and Australia being some of the very first countries to play Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on the console for PlayStation. Moving on to taking a look at this week's core sim updates and the progress of Sim Update 4. The last update for Sim Update 4 beta was received on Friday last week. That brought the update version to 1.6.31.0. Yes, it's the 31st version of Sim Update 4. This update brings small stability and performance updates for both PC, Xbox, and PS5 simmers, fixed some issues that were caused with wake turbulence when the helicopter was touching the ground, and fixed some issues with piston engines that was introduced during the beta of Sim Update 4 in some earlier releases. This would have to be one of the smallest updates we've seen with Sim Update 4, and it's probably due to most likely one of two reasons. First one being the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on the PS5, so the team's probably been busy, or that Sim Update 4 is super close to a public release and there's not much to do. I personally wouldn't be surprised if we see Sim Update 4 get released sometime next week. Microsoft also released a bunch of updates for first-party aircraft for both 2020 and 2024. Some of these aircraft that were updated were the Fokker, the Junker F13, the Junker Ju-52, the Waco, the Dornier DOX, and the DOJ. No sign of updates when it comes to the PC-12 or the Saab 340 that simmers who have purchased the sim are desperately looking for updates. With some other news this week over on the platform of X, formerly known as Twitter, Xbox posted a short video clip teasing that they showed off the lab from Stranger Things, and apparently the sim is being turned upside down on the 9th of December, which was mentioned in the blog this week. So from the looks of it, Microsoft may have partnered up with another TV show or movie release like they have done with Top Gun 2 and then Dune. Not sure how much that the Stranger Things has to do with Flight Sim, and in my personal opinion, I really hope this doesn't have to do with the surprise and secret that Jorg did promise we will see at the end of the year. Yes, we only have to wait and tell, but we're probably going to see some aircraft and maybe some areas included in the sim that are probably in the Stranger Things episode. I guess we'll have to find out. Only a few days to go. This week on the InSim Marketplace, we've seen 120 new products for release. 61 of these are on PC and 59 are on Xbox. There is only one aircraft release for the week, which is a Black Square TBM, which is available now for both Xbox and PC, which is a great release actually. It's a nice plane. Other releases for the week is made up of 8 livery packs, 2 mission packs, 13 scenery packs, 17 schedules or utility packs. Basically, Microsoft puts that category under miscellaneous, but it's pretty much schedule packs for airliners and also some utilities as well. Also, 20 airport releases. Let us know in the comments below what you think the Stranger Things teaser may be. We would love to hear your thoughts. And also, while you're there, hit the subscribe to the channel to receive all the Flight Sim content and updates and reviews from us over the holiday period. We won't be taking a break. We'll be still here bringing all the Flight Sim content, and all the links that I spoke about in the video, you can find them in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you on another video real soon. Be simming, everybody.